How's it going, everybody? Ty Sites Shadow Games Report. Doing part 7 of Need for Speed Heat tonight. I don't remember what part I was doing. Oh boy. Lots of overlapping trails when it comes to this Charlie Kirk story. I've officially given up on what I would like to give my opinion on it, or at least around it, just due to the fact that there are so many overlapping trails on the story, and it just, I don't know, if a story just becomes too overconvoluted, you're just kind of like, okay, there's obviously something strange going on here. And I don't want to disrespect if it's real, but also I don't want to take it too seriously if it ends up being fake. You see what I'm saying? Like, that's the weird place that I'm in at the moment. And I will, show you a little bit of my perspective tonight on why I've come to this conclusion, which is a lack of a conclusion. But it's due to the fact that I don't think that we're being fed the correct story, which, I'm in good company. I know that most of the world doesn't seem to think that we're being fed the truth. So let's find out together. We'll see some of the theories. I've actually stopped sharing the theories at this point, though, just because there's new ones coming out now, and I'm just kind of like, okay, I got people getting mad at me, acting like I'm spreading misinformation. And that's not what I try to do in this channel. It's more or less like I try to show that I guess there's other perspectives. Like I'm big about showing other theories. And I know some people, whenever they come across a false theory, they get very, very mad. But, whenever you're investigating something, you need to create theories. And yes, it's not good to create too many theories. That's why I've given up on the whole story. I haven't given up in the sense that I don't want to show it, but I've given it up in the sense on how I want to determine things myself. I still have my own opinion, but at the same time, I guess I'm not too sure if it's actually true or not. So I just don't want to feel like I'm lying if I tell the wrong perspective. It's like I'm not trying to do that, but I know some people right now are a little bit emotional from the whole event, and I get that. But I guess, and I guess I was too. But now that a lot of that has kind of settled down and other information has come out, it's just kind of like, okay, is any of this even real? Did Charlie Kirk's contract round up and he had to go or something? Or maybe he wasn't fulfilling his job description anymore for his investors. I don't know what happened. I guess there's talk that he was accepting money from Israel. I think I've heard rumors that he was taking from AIPAC. I haven't actually confirmed any of that myself. But maybe we'll do that here later. But for the sake of time, I'm not going to talk too much. Let's breeze through some of today's headlines, and then we'll jump into some of the nitty-gritty Charlie Kirk news from over the weekend. Let's see. Where do I want to start this? Let's just read some of X's headlines, then we'll jump over into ground. Vance hosts White House tribute to assassinated Charlie Kirk, blames left-wing extremism. I believe he hosted Charlie Kirk's show today. Lots of opposing opinions on him doing that. Some people consider it to be a slap in the face. Because, some people consider Vance to be a part of the deep state, or whatever you want to call it. And then obviously there's the more positive side where, it's seen as respectful. And I don't know how to feel about it. It's like kind of strange. I'm just like, I've been giving less and less of my own opinions on the show lately, just because I've really started to question the deeper nature of propaganda and just being fed false stories. And I think we're in that new age of we really don't know what's true or what's true or what actually is true, or what isn't true. That's what I meant to say. But yeah, moving on. I don't want to linger. I keep lingering sometimes. I linger in my thoughts. Washington Post fires Karen Attiah over alleged fake Charlie Kirk quote. Don't know much about that story, but there's actually been quite a few left-leaning pundits and media journalists, I guess you might call them. I don't know if you might actually call them journalists. I might call them propagandists, but they've been getting fired after ever saying awful things about his death. But at the same time, I'm not, like I started the show with, like I'm not really even too sure if like the whole thing is even real after a certain point. And like I said, I'm gonna explain why I believe that. It's kind of bothering me a little bit. I'm just kind of like, I don't know, man. I feel like this is a little bit of a distraction. And to some degree, some people do agree with that sentiment, considering that some bill ended up passing on the same day that he died. I'm trying to think what it was. I think it was U.S. I think weapons contractors couldn't boycott Israel. I think it was somewhere on those lines. Anyways, Trump backs Antifa terrorist label after Charlie Kirk assassination. So I guess they're calling Tyler Robinson an Antifa character now. I haven't heard too much about that particular narrative yet, but I mean, I don't know. Today I've been avoiding certain bits of news just because I'm trying to see through some of the narrative a little bit. And sometimes whenever you over convolute your thoughts and theories with other people's narratives, it's just kind of like it throws you off the trail. That's why I'm trying to parse out the overlapping trails here that we have with some of this narrative so that we can actually see what might be a truer truth, if you will. Trump backs, yeah, I just said that one. Republicans file to censure Ilhan Omar, strip committee seats over Kirk remarks. Actually, I haven't heard her remarks either. Guess I missed a lot of news, unless it came later in the day. I'm not too sure. 6 hours ago. Charlie Kirk fatally shot by leftist gunman at Utah Valley University event. As we all have heard by now, I would hope at least. Unless you're just one of those people that don't listen to the news very often. I'm not gonna hate on you. Just gonna make fun of you. Trump says U.S. struck another Venezuelan drug vessel, killing 3. And I'm joking. Suspect in Seattle, home invasions of Macklemore and celebrity athletes pleads not guilty. 5 new members named to influential CDC vaccine advisory committee days ahead of key meeting. Gov Stein to speak on call to Congress for more Hurricane Helene recovery funding. Ford is moving its world headquarters for the first time in 7 decades to a new campus 3 miles away. Trump deploys National Guard to Memphis. Yeah, I literally just posted that story before I came on. I have not heard too much about it, but, well, I just heard the headline basically before I came on. Calling it a replica of his crackdown on Washington. So now we got, I guess, the Tennessee National Guard going into Memphis, of all places. Didn't expect that, but I guess it's kind of a good thing to see. Memphis has needed it for, geez, probably decades at this point. I mean, I've heard good things about Memphis back in the early days, but it seemed to have changed over the years. And I guess I don't know, maybe we'll start to see some better days from Memphis here soon. But anyways, Stephen King apologizes for false claim about Charlie Clerk after his death. What did he say? I remember hearing anything about Stephen King over the weekend. Did y'all? I remember hearing about Stephen Colbert, but not Stephen King. Stephen Colbert, he got an Emmy, I think, the other night, if I read correctly. And correct me if I'm wrong, but I think I remember reading that last night. Former federal prosecutor Maureen Comey sues Trump administration over firing. I mean, have fun. I mean, he can fire you, I think, for whatever reason he wants. I don't think she can really get much out of that. And it's not the right administration to really sue right now, you know? Like, if you're gonna sue, wait until, like, a Democrat shows up, at least. Trump implies that TikTok deal has been reached with China. They'll speak to Xi Friday. So, I heard that TikTok was doing some extra censoring. Can't remember for what particular subject. It might have been the Charlie Kirk thing, but it might even be something else. I can't remember exactly. I remember seeing it earlier today. China says NVIDIA violated anti-monopoly laws, significantly escalating trade tensions with U.S. Interesting. You know, I was wondering whenever somebody was going to start hitting NVIDIA. Utah governor says alleged Kirk shooter not cooperating with authorities. I think that's a good segue right here. I'll finish up with this headline. U.S. will have access to Western Australia nuclear submarine, shipyard minister says. So yeah, Utah governor says alleged Kirk shooter not cooperating with authorities. There's a theory that his parents could have possibly, I guess, set him up in some way. Like maybe this really was someone that was enraged by Charlie Kirk and, you know, maybe had set up to possibly shoot at Charlie Kirk. I'm not too sure. I mean, there's even talk about that video, and this is where the conspiracies get really wild, guys. Where that video where he's on the roof with his bag or rifle, whatever you want to mistake it as, is actually AI. I mean, I guess without an official source, I really don't know who to believe, but I've heard just about every single theory on this subject at this point. I'm sure there's probably some new ones that have probably popped up in the past few hours, but that's the strangest thing about this whole thing is just all of the overlapping narratives that are just being thrown around. And, you know, I've heard of like at least a possible of like 4 or 5 other, you know, alleged shooters or, you know, people that are possibly being mistaken as shooters. Some of them are really stupid. I don't think I've posted all of them, but there were some that were probably like so stupid I didn't want to post them. I was just like, dude, he's like flinching his shirt or something, and somebody was saying like, "Do you see this? This is obviously the signal or like the obvious, you know, something shooting at him because he like pulled up his shirt at the exact same time as the gun pop." It's like, no, no. I mean, that's kind of funny. Like, I think some people are just having fun with some of these, you know, fake stories. But, anyways, why don't I post that? Let me post that real quick. Alright, let's start right here. I think I actually showed this in my last show that I had, but it's a good place to start. Bot farms. Israel controls thousands of fake social media profiles across platforms like Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, and Gmail. These fake persona bots spread propaganda, amplify narratives, and harass targets in real time. The bots like, share, comment, and repost. I mean, I kind of like arguing with them. I'm not gonna lie. I'm a weirdo though. Like I kind of like the debate to some degree. I mean, if the debate just gets dumb, you know, I will just go ahead and resort to ad hominem like they do, just for fun. I mean, you gotta have fun with it if they're gonna like, you know, try to tarnish your image or whatever. Anyways, Legitimate Target says Breaking the ADL has labeled Jackson Hinkle as anti-Semitic for questioning Israel's role in the assassination of Charlie Kirk. Yeah, he started a list days ago. This is from September 13th, 2 days ago. And the list has gotten longer and longer. I think you can see it in this right here. Yeah, he started with this list, and it just got longer and longer from there. General Patton's ghost says the hour is late, much later than many people realize. It's got a Star of David snake wrapping around his neck. Good symbolism for the moment. Secret is out, days are numbered, says Invisidon.
I'm obliged to take the floor to respond to some comments. The representative of Israel perhaps did not listen attentively to all council members and other speakers in today's debate. And in our view, it is unacceptable, indeed ludicrous, for an aggressor, an occupier, a serial violator of UN Charter and international law, that is Israel, to abuse this chamber and disrespect the sanctity of this council. And this is not the first time. And by pointing fingers on others, baseless assertions primarily aimed at masking its own illegal actions and violations of international law. President, but that's not at all surprising. It is an occupier that does not listen to anyone, that does not pay heed to any advice, even from its friends, if there are any left, that refutes, not just refutes, threatens members of the international community, international media, international human rights and humanitarian organizations, doesn't listen to the ICJ or the ICC, and threatens the UN and its senior officials. And it does that with impunity, shielded by its apologists who time and again acquiesce in its illegal actions and defiance of the international community. And like all occupiers, despite being the aggressor, it feigns and plays the victim. But today it is totally exposed. President, this council has spent decades discussing the situation in the Middle East and the Palestinian question. Meeting after meeting, we devote hours to this agenda. It is not because of anyone else. It is because of Israel that refuses to vacate its illegal occupation and that blatantly violates the resolutions of this council. It's because of that we have these discussions. Israel also chose to refer to an unrelated incident and make misleading remarks regarding Pakistan in an effort to justify its own illegal actions and violations of international law. Pakistan's position on that incident has been clearly stated and is publicly available. The international community is well aware of Pakistan's frontline role and sacrifices in the international community's fight against terrorism. The entire world, including our partners, acknowledge that Al-Qaeda was largely decimated due to Pakistan's counterterrorism efforts. And we remain committed in this global, collective endeavor. We cannot accept insinuations from an irresponsible rogue state that is, in fact, the perpetrator of worst kind of state terrorism that we are witnessing in Gaza and, in fact, in the occupied Palestinian territories for decades. And we reject any false analogy, as has also been done by Gaddafi. For whatever way it interprets the statements in this council, the occupying power must go back and read carefully the statement issued by the Security Council today.
Okay. Unity is impossible with evil fanatics who celebrate murder from Elon Musk. JD Vance went off on people who are calling for unity with radical leftists.
There is no unity with people who scream at children over their parents' politics. There is no unity with someone who lies about what Charlie Kirk said in order to excuse his murder. There is no unity with someone who harasses an innocent family the day after the father of that family lost a dear friend. There is no unity with the people who celebrate Charlie Kirk's assassination. And there is no unity with the people who fund these articles, who pay the salaries of these terrorist sympathizers, who argue that Charlie Kirk, a loving husband and father, deserved a shot to the neck because he spoke words with which they disagree. Did you know that the George Soros Open Society Foundation and the Ford Foundation, the groups who funded that disgusting article justifying Charlie's death, do you know they benefit from generous tax treatment? They are literally subsidized by you and me, the American taxpayer. And how do they reward us? By setting fire to the house built by the American family over 250 years. I am desperate for our country to be united in condemnation of the actions and the ideas that killed my friend. I want it so badly that I will tell you a difficult truth. We can only have it with people who acknowledge that political violence is unacceptable, and when we work to dismantle the institutions that promote violence and terrorism in our own country.
Okay, I just also want to be very clear about this too. I don't have anything against Charlie. So, like, if I show anything tonight that appears to be, I don't know, in contradiction with what you've already been told, it's not trying to change your mind in any type of way. It's just that I'm trying to show you various perspectives on what maybe other people might believe. But also, too, I would say that other people's opinions are probably adapting and changing pretty fast as they are exposed to the opposing information. Because all of it can't be true at once, I wouldn't assume, unless you just assume that everybody in the audience was, maybe like half students, half some CIA op or something. And, I'm speaking all in theory. It's not, it's just opinion to some degree. It's not really my affirmed opinion. Like it's just not, it's not confirmed in any type of way. It's just more or less there are some very odd, strange things about this that will make it harder to believe that it is the official narrative. And, from what we've been told, there was I guess, gay. I would assume you would call him gay. I haven't heard him been called gay yet, but I mean, technically, he kind of would be gay if he was dating somebody that was trans. But from what we've heard, there was this gay man, possibly affiliated with Antifa and or trans cults, that was in chat rooms talking about, going out to possibly kill Charlie Kirk, I guess, the next day. Which is why, like, some of the news was kind of like going around on certain, trans networks or whatever you want to consider them. Some people have been calling them trans cults. I mean, I think it probably even goes beyond that. I think it's more of like a trans network at this point, just because they're capable of meeting up online and, yeah, organizing that way. Plus, I'm sure they probably have some special protections. We just had the trans shooter from, what was it? It was only like 2 weeks ago, maybe a week and a half ago. It wasn't even that long ago that happened. We were all just talking about that, and I feel like, we're just constantly moving on to the next crazy story. But, apparently, at least allegedly, that guy might have had, well, at least his father might have had links to the CIA. And there were several different sources, talking about that. But there was actually someone, I guess, a little bit closer than me that also did some research, and they said they confirmed it, but I never got to see a source or anything. But I don't know. For some reason, I trust it. I should be better about that, and actually just go check myself. I usually do, but some things I don't know, just hope that other people are giving me the correct information. That's really not smart on my part, considering everybody wants to lie to everybody these days. But yeah, I don't know. He seemed trustworthy. Anyways, so yeah, before I get into some of these stranger conspiracies, some that are kind of linked up with like Q and maybe a few other possibilities. I mean, hell, like even like the Q guys and the flat earthers are aligning on what they believe things to be right now. But I don't think flat earthers believe anything to be real. That's what I've kind of come to the conclusion whenever it comes to flat earthers. I just don't think that they think that anything, like I feel like they think that NASA and the CIA has faked everything, and we are in a Truman Show. Which I don't. At this point, it's hard to tell. It's hard to tell who's right, but it's odd to see like Q followers and flat earthers agreeing on this particular matter. And I guess the weird place that I'm in is that for some reason I'm kind of almost in alignment with some of their theories to some degree. Not not necessarily because of Q or even obviously not flat earthers either. I'm a fat earth guy. Like I believe in fat earth or globe earth. And I believe in space. Maybe we've been lied to about all that shit. I don't know. I mean, but I'm gonna stick with the, narrative I was taught most of my life. I know NASA fudged a few things, but I just don't think they fudged everything. And God, it just sucks if that is the case. It's like there's lots of cool, I guess, supposed discoveries that we were being told about growing up, but now we just have to question, was any of that real? I don't know. There's a lot of people question if the moon landing was even real now. That used to be something everybody believed was like settled, and now people are just kind of like, yeah, I don't think it happened. And there's lots of good reason not to think that it happened now. It looks like a movie set. Alright, so I don't think I'm going to cover this whole video because I think it's kind of sappy, but I just kind of want to show it a little bit just to give the official narrative to some degree. You gotta give the official narrative before you give the counter narrative.
Charlie Kirk did something unbelievably courageous, something really wild. That is an example for the whole world and for all of America. Listen carefully. His organization and he himself were funded by a billionaire Jew, Bernie Marcus. This man has given billions of dollars, which is thousands of millions of dollars, to all kinds of goals. Why is this significant? Listen really carefully.
I don't think this video is what I think it is. I'm gonna let it play out a little bit further, but I thought he was going to explain, I guess, a little bit of the official narrative. Like, I thought he was a normie, but maybe he has a little bit more here, and that's why I'm gonna keep playing it.
In the most cases, when Jews finance Christians, it is to ensure perpetual support for Israel. It is so that they would never say anything negative about Israel, because the moment they do, they lose the funding. So Charlie Kirk was one of the many Christian individuals and his organization, which were essentially financed and controlled by Jews. That's how they work. You know, either they bribe or they blackmail, one of the two, so that everyone in a high position would always be on the side of Israel, never criticize them. Charlie Kirk broke out of that matrix. He started asking questions publicly about why are it always Jewish donors?
And Jewish donors, they have a lot of explaining to do, a lot of decoupling to do, because Jewish donors have been the #1 funding mechanism of radical, open border, neoliberal, quasi-Marxist policies, cultural institutions, and nonprofits. This is a beast created by secular Jews. It is true that some of the largest financiers of left-wing, anti-white causes have been Jewish Americans. They went all in on woke, and it wasn't just ADL. It was some of the top Jewish organizations in the country. Jewish Americans have primarily been financing cultural Marxist ideas. Tucker Carlson is completely correct by saying this, that the philosophical foundation of anti-whiteness has been largely financed by Jewish donors in the country.
He started questioning the very people that were funding his organization. Do we understand what courage, what heroism that displays? I just want to give honor to Charlie Kirk for not putting money over the truth. Anyone who truly cares about America will do the same. Anyone who truly cares about humanity will do the same. Anyone who refuses to speak truth because he wants to have the millions of dollars is a traitor, is guilty of treason, is a coward and a liar, a hypocrite of the worst kind. Charlie Kirk wasn't like that. Despite being funded by Jewish donors, he called out to Jewish donors in America and asked the question, why are you guys funding all evil in this nation? That is indescribably powerful.
Okay, so I guess that kind of was a little bit with the official narrative, but at the same time, it is still speculative because there's no actual confirmation with connection to Israel as of yet, but there is a lot of correlation, I would probably say. It's just that correlation does not equal causation, as the science nerds like to say. But I mean, it's true. It's true. If you don't have any direct correlation to equal causation, then you're just kind of like, it's just a hypothetical. But I think there still is, a possibility that Israel has a lot to do with this. It just might not be what it appears to be. Like, something kind of like almost tells me that, and this is just, an opinion, I'm not saying this is real at all, but something kind of starts to tell me a little bit that maybe this is trying to maybe even save a life, as strange as it might sound. I mean, who's to say that Charlie Kirk wasn't always somebody that was a part of the intelligence community, feeding certain ideas to the public? He did receive a lot of donation. I mean, hell, he could have been a part of an op to expose Israel all along if you actually kind of pay attention to the little seed drops of information that he was having over the months. And maybe, just maybe, the intel community got word that Israel was planning some type of an assassination. So, what if the intelligence community created this whole story to save their intelligence operative? And, I know that's a wild theory, but just bear with me, guys. I'm just trying to dress, the cake a little too soon, but at the same time, I want you to kind of follow my logic a little bit. Now, this is a Q guy, but, he is going to kind of give you some perspective on how many coincidences are you going to see before it's mathematically impossible. And I know that's a Q thing, or Q phrase, Q speak, Q code, whatever you want to call it, but it is actually kind of a truthful statement. How many coincidences in a story, do you have to see before it ends up being something, impossible?
How many coincidences before it becomes mathematically impossible? We are watching a movie. This is another example to show you this Charlie Kirk shooting is all being staged. This all comes back to the Q posts, what we've been talking about for a very long time, and the world is going to awaken to Q. So let's go back and show you another proof. On the day of the shooting, Erica Kirk put out a post about 3 hours before it all took place, and it was Psalms 46:1. If you type in 461 on the Q post, it says, "What makes a movie good? Great actors." There's one. 2 days before the shooting, the El Salvadorian president put out a post on his X with just 3 words: "Buckle up, buttercups." On the exact day of the shooting, there's a Q post which says, "Buckle up, buttercups, it's about to get bumpy." A few hours before the shooting, Donald Trump put out a post, and it said, "What's with Russia violating Poland's airspace with drones? Here we go." You type in "here we go" and it says, "Buckle up, here we go, Q." Well, here's another one. Q told us follow the wives. So let's have a look at Erica Kirk. Her last post was 5 days ago on her Instagram account. And it was a video, and it says, "I wanted to make sure you were the first." And it says 10 days, September the 16th. So we type in September the 16th on Q, it says, "Buckle up." Memes at the ready, it says, "Do you believe in coincidences? The fight is real, the time is now. This is the turning point." So if we go, "Do you believe in coincidences?" it says, "Do you believe in coincidences? How many coincidences before it becomes mathematically impossible?" Expand your thinking. How many coincidences before it is mathematically impossible? The world is watching, the world is changing. Where we go one, we go all. What are the odds of that? Mathematically impossible. Coincidence? The truth is right in front of you. And Q keeps telling us, how many coincidences before it becomes mathematically impossible? Wait until you learn who has been talking to you here. It says, set the stage from Trump. Do you believe? Buckle up. And this is where it takes us to. Panic in DC. And it says, people actually believe those responsible for the attempted coup, the coup attempt of a duly elected sitting US president, will go unpunished. End of our constitutional republic. No equal justice under law. No accountability. Escape unscathed. Buckle up. And that's what's about to come. Panic in DC. All the signs are there. It was a staged shooting. It brings us back to the Q post, and it's showing us, be prepared, because it's all about to come out in one go. So again, how many coincidences before it becomes mathematically impossible? Buckle up.
I like his energy. I like his upbeat energy. And I don't know. He could be crazy for all I know, but I think after you kind of see where I'm going with some of this later on, I'm going to cover some of these videos first. You'll kind of see why I start to believe this way. Ben Shapiro appeared on Bill Maher's show where he's attempted to blame shootings on Muslims or white supremacists while saying attacks on political figures are usually carried out by transgender
If there's a shooting at a synagogue,
types.
it is very likely to be either a white supremacist or a radical Muslim. If it is a shooting of a Republican politician, it is very likely to be a trans Antifa Marxist shooter.
That is just not true. We don't know what this kid is.
We do know this kid was of the left. We do know that.
We do know what?
That this kid was of the political left. That is according to contemporaneous reporting from The Guardian as well as Tablet Magazine today.
It's 2 days out. We don't know shit, Ben.
But
we don't know shit. They never do. The internet is undefeated in getting it wrong to begin with.
It's not about the internet. That's about the actual reporting by mainstream accepted. The Guardian is not a right-wing.
Here's what we heard. Here's what I was told so far, and I'll tell you what was wrong. First, I heard he's a registered Republican. Not true. Okay. Then he was a donor to Trump. Not true. His father works in the sheriff's office. Not true. There was a picture of him wearing a pro-Trump shirt. Not true. Member of the Democratic Socialists of America. Not true. We don't know what he is.
Well,
how are you so sure he's of the left? Now, I agree when you write on a bullet, what did he write on the bullet?
Catch this fascist, which is also a gamer thing.
Okay, but now I'm hearing he may have been part of that group for whom Charlie Kirk was not right-wing enough.
You mean the Groypers, yes. I mean, so that would...
You're sure he's not that?
I'm not sure that he's not that.
A minute ago you were sure what he was.
Hold on, Bill. Hold on. Okay, because I've been...
You were.
It's just getting ridiculous with the whole gamer bullshit. I swear they've been trying to build that up in the past few weeks against gamers. I guess because there's probably a lot of white men gamers. But at the same time, it's just kind of like... I don't know, it's always blaming everything else but the person. You know, it's always blaming the guns. It's not ever blaming the person. It's always blaming the video games. It's never blaming the person. It's always blaming the meds. It's never blaming the person. Which, you know, the meds could actually have a little bit of a part, but, you know, you get where I'm going with this. Anyways. So, yeah, I'm going to show this, but I am going to lace it a little bit. I don't know, maybe I'll show it first and then I'll lace it, because, I don't want to, I'm not trying to, like, give you... I guess my opinion. I want you guys to make up your own opinion first.
Good evening. My name is Erica Kirk. Charlie Kirk is my husband. I first want to thank the local, state, and federal law enforcement who worked tirelessly to capture my husband's assassin so that he can be brought to justice. I want to thank the first responders who struggled heroically to save Charles's life, and the police who acted.
Okay, I'm gonna stop it real quick because, jeez, I'm sorry, like, I don't know, I should let it play through, but at the same time, I'm just kind of like sitting here thinking, like, how bad of an actor this would appear to be. Now, I'm not saying this is absolutely fake, because, I mean, different people express emotion in different ways. You know, some people don't get as expressionate as other people, and I get that, but I just, for some reason, I just do not buy this emotional performance. And, you know, if it's legit, I apologize, but at the same time, there's something about this that just does not feel real. And it really starts to make me kind of question, like, is this his actual wife? Or, you know, is this some type of like fake family? I mean, we've heard rumors about Obama's family being, you know, faked, and, you know, his daughters are the daughters of someone else, and they're not actually his, and I don't know. Anyways,
bravely to make sure
I'm going to start this over. I want you guys to listen to this.
Good evening. My name is Erica Kirk. Charlie Kirk is my husband. I first want to thank the local, state, and federal law enforcement who worked tirelessly to capture my husband's assassin so that he can be brought to justice. I want to thank the first responders who struggled heroically to save Charles's life, and the police who acted bravely to make sure that there were no other victims on that terrible afternoon. I want to thank the officers who have protected our Turning Point USA family these past 2 days. And I want to thank the Turning Point USA board, the COO, Justin Strife, and my husband's chief of staff, the amazing Mikey McCoy, for all their work in these terrible days to be the stability for our family and for the wider Turning Point USA family as well. My heart is with every one of my husband's employees who lost a friend and a mentor. I want to thank the staffers of his amazing Charlie Kirk show, who helped him broadcast from this studio, this chair. Every day he loved it. He loved what he did. I want to thank the millions of people who have shown their love for Charlie here in Phoenix.
I mean, if that's real to you, you can believe it. I just personally don't believe it. I'm not telling anybody what to believe. I just think that it's good to question these things and to, you know, question the fact that this is only like maybe 2 days after the death that she put this out. Yeah, September 12th. And she's a lot more composed than a lot of other people's wives would be after their spouse was killed, if you ask me, to be able to put out a press release. And just to keep her shit together, I mean, a lot of people would not be able to do this so quickly. So, anyways, moving on. Yeah, I put my opinion right here, right after that video. I was like, opinion, his wife's reaction didn't seem authentic. What else could not be? So this guy has been putting out a lot of interesting stuff to kind of help people question this whole thing. Now, I don't know if I'll play the whole video, but it'll give you an idea at the start. Okay, so movie special effects. How to create an effect of a gunshot that squirts blood.
I had that situation where I had an extra freak out on set. This is always, I think, a very nerve-wracking piece because you don't exactly know for sure that you are in the right place, and also, you know, you are using a pair of live scissors on next to an actor, and you're a little bit nervous. I just get you turn a little towards the mic. There you go. And also they've got a lot of control over the blade. It's a little bit lower than I wanted to be, but that's actually not a bad thing. Regarding the pale colour of the foam on the inside, some people like to paint that red. I don't. Your flesh is naturally white inside. I'll bring you back to the position. And I kind of like the white because it's going to go red very, very quickly. I really do.
So I assume he's got a mask on, because I don't know what the hell else he'd be cutting right now.
I like this. Now, Mike, if you drop your head down, just relax. See, it's almost like I can finger the wound back in. It's almost like it's undetectable.
3, 2, 1. All the blood through the tubing. You get a trigger to activate the squib. You get blood in a syringe to put the blood into the reservoir of the squib. You'll get a chest strap to help cinch all of this down to the body of the performer and help hide it. And you'll get a set of instructions that explain how to use the squib. The basic principle behind a sustained spray squib from Squib Effects is to create a sustained spray of blood over the course of a duration of time, rather than an instantaneous burst of blood that you would get from a typical squib. This would be useful in the circumstance of a heavy bloodletting, such as a gunshot wound that continued to seed. The way that the squib works is that this reservoir holds up to 12 ounces of blood, which you inject in through this barb fitting with a syringe. And as you fill it, this transparent back allows you to see the blood fill, so you know how much is in there. Once it's full, you're going to connect a piece of tubing to it, which is either going to have nothing on the end or one of these spray nozzles that will help to shape the blood as it sprays out. We use a compressed CO2 cylinder screwed into this regulator, which allows blood to be pushed into the reservoir, creating a pocket there at the top that pushes the blood down and out through the tubing. This adjustable regulator allows you to set the PSI between 5 and 15 PSI, depending on how quickly you want to deliver that blood. There are two primary systems with this squib. There is an electrical system and there is a pneumatic system. It is comprised mostly of a solenoid inside of here that, when electrically activated, allows the air to flow out of the regulator into the reservoir and push the blood out. It's our connector on the squib body. And you'll hear a small click when it's inserted all the way. Now, what I'm listening for is a small click inside of this pneumatic.
All right, anyways. After Charlie Kirk basically just... Oh, wait. I think I read that wrong. Jack says, breaking after saying Charlie Kirk basically deserved to be assassinated. Efforts have begun ramping up to strip Ilhan Omar of all committee's assignments.
What I do know for sure is that, you know, Charlie was someone who once said, you know, guns save lives after a school shooting. Charlie was someone who was willing to debate and downplay the death of George Floyd in the hands of Minneapolis police.
I think he called him a scumbag.
Right, have no regard, downplay slavery and what Black people have gone through in this country by saying Juneteenth should never exist. And I think, you know, there are a lot of people who are out there talking about him just wanting to have a civil debate.
Complete rewriting of history.
Yeah, there is nothing more effed up, you know, like than to completely pretend that, you know, his words and actions have not been recorded and in existence for the last decade or so. And
all right, Candace Owens says Charlie Kirk was fighting with some very powerful billionaires that he took money from over things he was discussing. The pressure on him was immense over the last 2 weeks. The truth will be revealed, the messages will be leaked, and the movement he built will rise up. That was from a few days ago. I think she had a show tonight and was talking about something similar. RK Jr. says we've recently uncovered that more than 36,000 doctors had their Medicare reimbursements altered based upon child
Hi, I'm Robert F. Kennedy
rates.
Jr., your HHS secretary. Let me ask you something. Should doctors make decisions based upon what's best for their patients or based upon what makes them the most money? It's not a tough question, but we've inherited a healthcare system that constantly pushes doctors toward the latter. It rewards certain treatments not because they're better for the patient, but because someone profits. Take what happened during COVID. Hospitals were paid to report staff vaccination rates. Those numbers were fed into the National Healthcare Safety Network, then published on the CDC website to shame any hospital that refused to become an enforcer of federal vaccine mandates. Today, I'm proud to announce we've eliminated that policy by repealing a dangerous Biden-era provision in the CMS inpatient payment rule And we're not stopping there. We're scanning every corner of the healthcare system for hidden incentives that corrupt medical judgment. What we're finding is alarming. Doctors are being paid to vaccinate, not to evaluate. They're pressured to follow the money, not the science. We've recently uncovered that more than 36,000 doctors had their Medicare reimbursements altered based upon childhood vaccination rates. That's not medicine. That's coercion. It's immoral. It has no place in a constitutional democracy or in a system that claims to protect children. Medical decisions should be made based upon one thing and one thing only: the well-being of the patient, never on a financial bonus or a government mandate. Patients deserve honest, uncorrupted advice from their doctors. Doctors deserve the freedom to use their training and to follow the science and speak the truth without fear of punishment. Doctors should be guided by medical judgment and their Hippocratic oath, not by financial incentives or government mandates. That's what this policy change is about, and it's just the beginning. Thank you very much.
Produced by the U.S. Department of Health and Human
It cleaned up his
Services.
voice for sure. Trump calls on all NATO countries to stop buying Russian oil, threatens 50% to 20 or 100% tariffs on China. Just for fun. I said at this point nothing would surprise me.
The whole human race is being misled by alien life forms who have come here from another place, who are smarter than we are, technologically superior, just way down the road, smarter than you'll ever be. And they know how to run civilizations, and they know how to start religions and governments. They call the shots because they have powers we don't have. Human sacrifice is a very powerful, real, legitimate, not of this world magic. And those people who are running Hollywood are connected to things you don't know anything about. And they have the power now to manipulate the world with motion pictures and television.
Who's orchestrating that in Hollywood?
All of that is being orchestrated out of Hollywood, but it's not because these people are so clever and resourceful and talented. No.
What do you call them? The Sabadians or something like that? It's some kind of cult.
They are connected to a power that is not of this world.
But can we put a name to that higher power?
Well, I call it the spirit world.
Is that the Archons?
Yeah, the Archons. Yeah.
And the Muslims call them the jinn.
Yeah, that's exactly right, the jinns. And the Christians call them demons and devils. The Jews call them a different name.
So they are spirit beings.
Yes, they're spirit beings. And they're
not physical.
Not physical. They're spirit beings. They can work through reptilians.
And some reptilians and other alien species are physical and some are non-physical.
That's exactly right. But you need to understand that there is all over the earth a domination of the human family, of humans, by extraterrestrial or other world entities that you can't see.
President Trump endorses officially labeling Antifa as a domestic terror organization.
Given with all that's going on, Charlie Kirk's assassination and the left-wing violence going on, do you have plans, and actually this is a great opportunity with all these, do you plan on designating Antifa finally a domestic terror organization?
Well, it's something I would do, yeah. If I have support from the people back here, I think we'd start with Pam, I think. But I would, if you give me, I would do that 100%, and others also, by the way. But Antifa is terrible.
Are there other groups that you can make up?
There are other groups, yeah. There are other groups. We have some pretty radical groups, and they got away with murder. And also, I've been speaking to the Attorney General about bringing RICO against some of the people that you've been reading about that have been putting up millions and millions of dollars for agitation. These aren't protests. These are crimes, what they're doing, where they're throwing bricks at cars of ICE and Border Patrol. And they come in with a beautiful new car. They're so proud. It's Border Patrol, ICE, it's got whatever it is. And they're throwing rocks at it. And after 50 yards, it looks like an old beat-up vehicle. It was just brand new. It's just bought for the purposes. And they don't have to take that anymore. I let it be known. We'll take responsibility. They don't have to take it anymore. And they don't want to take it. They were told by a past administration, it became almost a culture, if somebody throws a rock at you, do nothing. If somebody spits in your face, do nothing. And I say, when they spit, you hit. Do whatever you want. You do whatever the hell you want. I watched it so sick it made me. For 4 years, I had to sit home and watch people screaming at policemen and spitting in their face, and they weren't able to do anything. They just had a grin and bear it. They're standing up like a piece of steel. And a woman, in many cases, women, you can see they're professional agitators. I had one the other night. I had 4 the other night, all in one group, total phonies. I started to scream when I got into a restaurant, oh, you know, something with Palestine. And I said, well, I'm doing a great job for peace in the Middle East. I should get lots of awards for that, right? With the Abraham Accords and everything else. But a woman just stood up and started screaming. And she got booed out of the place, too. There were a lot of people in the restaurant. I went there to show how safe, and it was safe. I mean, the woman is just a mouthpiece. All she was a paid agitator. And you have a lot of them. And I've asked Pam to look into that in terms of RICO, bringing RICO cases against the criminal RICO, because they should be put in jail. What they're doing to this country is really subversive.
All right, pay attention, folks. While we were all distracted, the House just passed a bill to make it illegal for U.S. defense contractors to boycott
You want to know what they were trying to distract us from in the last couple days? Well, it's this, right here. The House of Representatives just passed a bill punishing, quote, politically motivated boycotts of Israel. Quote, in a first step towards a federal law punishing criticism of Israel, the House of Representatives on Wednesday, that was 9/11, mind you, passed a massive defense budget that would bar companies engaged in politically motivated boycotts of the country from Pentagon contracts. The bill would effectively ban contractors boycotting Israel from tapping most federal contract dollars, since more than half of the $755 billion in the U.S. government spent on contracts last year flowed through the Defense Department. All right, so in more plain English, the U.S. Congress is trying to make it so that in order for American weapons manufacturers to supply weapons to the U.S. military, they must also supply weapons to Israel by law. What the is that all about? I also just want to reiterate again that Israel had nothing to do with the assassination of Charlie Kirk. Okay?
All right. Dr. Jane Ruby, where exactly did they take him? A hospital? Hospitals record everything. Like time of arrival, procedures, attempted and pronounced time of death. Release to coroner/funeral director and airport. There should be a manifest with passengers, flight plan, and proof of takeoff and landing. Why is there no information about what happened after the shooting and where he was taken, and all the events leading up to his funeral? Let's get a better look in this picture. See how they're carrying his body. And notice that his body doesn't have blood draining down it. It's kind of strange. There's also a video, and the video doesn't show any blood trail coming from his body. There's no blood on his shoes. There's no blood on anybody else. Strange. Epstein files blocked on the very day Charlie Kirk was assassinated. On September 10th, 2025, the Senate voted 51-49 to block the release of the Epstein files. The GOP blocked the release that could have taken down child rapists when you were too busy to notice. Washington Post has fired race hustler Karen Attiah. Anyways. Some speculation that Tyler Robinson was also a crisis actor. Now, Grok says that this Tyler Robinson is a different Tyler Robinson. I mean, in this photo, it kind of looks like a girl. But what's strange about this? Pull it up real big, real quick. They seem to have the same teeth. You can tell in the smile. I mean, even with the nose, they're pretty similar. Now, one thing that's not very similar is the eyebrows. But, I mean, they do look similar otherwise in several different ways. Like, the teeth is what really looks similar to me, but at the same time, I can't see his canines that well. They also don't seem to smile the same way. Plus, the cheek, the cheek lines right here are not the same. But anyways, just for the sake of conspiracy, of course they added the Stranger Things music to it. Instagram influencer Estoy Dekusai is now openly calling for the murder of Charlie Kirk's children and wife. Yeah, I mean, this is just kind of a dumb video. I'm not even going to cover it. Like other people have covered it, so I'm not really looking into it. Did I post that story twice? I think I did. Trump calls for NATO or NATO countries to stop buying Russian oil. Pentagon plan envisions 1,000 troops for Louisiana policing mission. Like I said earlier, we have Trump sending the National Guard to Memphis. Let's go and pull it up real quick. I've learned not to believe any narrative unless it's over 10 years old and heavily reviewed. That's me saying that. Tyler Robinson lived with a transgender partner cooperating with FBI and Kirk shooting probe. So whenever people were just starting to learn that. Memphis resident says it's just so dangerous that you can't get out of your car. You can't go to the grocery store. So yeah, I want to see the crime stop. And if the National Guard is going to stop the crime, bring them on.
And you know, it's just so dangerous that you can't get out of your car, you can't go to the grocery store, you can't go to the market or the service station. So yeah, I want to see the crime stop. And if the National Guard is going to stop the crime, bring them on. And you know, it's just so...
That's why President Trump is sending the National Guard to Memphis. The gunfight happened in broad daylight Saturday near a very well-to-do area called Harbortown. Memphis City Hall is in bed with the gangbangers. I didn't even park the car. Let's get back in. Some local businesses are welcoming the National Guard to Memphis with open arms. This is a strip club. Elwood Shack, one of the greatest barbecue joints in Memphis, will offer a free barbecue sandwich to any uniformed National Guard member on deployment in Memphis. God bless you to the good folks of Elwood Shack. All right. So, let's continue the Charlie Kirk conspiracy. Kirk, the ritual sacrifice, was sitting directly in the middle of a pentagram. Which is not really a pentagram, but I guess people like drew up their own little pentagram down here. He was wearing a shirt that read "Freedom," symbolically freedom is killed in public. And the entire landscape looked like a giant menorah from above, thanks to everyone in the comment section for this one. So yeah, it does actually look like a menorah to some degree. We got a bunch of other let's see. A person was killed, an ICE agent injured at an immigration arrest near Chicago 2 days ago. Oscar-winning Palestinian director Bassel Adra says his home in West Bank raided by Israeli soldiers. FBI agents delayed showing a photo of Charlie Kirk assassin suspect to their boss, Kash Patel, for 12 hours, according to New York Times. Withholding evidence or photos from Kash for 12 hours. Pretty crazy. According to reporting by the New York Times, FBI agents in the Salt Lake City field office delayed showing a photo of Charlie Kirk assassin suspect. We just talked about that. So they did not want to release this to Kash for a while. It's almost like they wanted to switch out photos or something. I bet there's multiple people that look the same. How much y'all want to bet? I don't know for sure, I'm just saying. Just theorizing. Sweating bullets up there, caught out that he was Israel first. Yeah, I'm not going to play this video. I think I actually played this in my last show, so I'm not going to play this again. I'm going to repost it twice or something. Israel killed JFK and Charlie Kirk. For JFK, it was left over right shoulder. For Charlie, it was right under left shoulder. I don't think I really buy this narrative anymore, but it is one of the several angles that I said I would show you. So, but it was kind of convincing at first.
The assassin was the driver.
Okay, so yeah, just pay attention to what the narrator is saying. The assassin was the driver for JFK, at least according to this video and the narration. And with Charlie Kirk, this particular video, now there's several videos saying that there's, possibility of several different killers from several different angles. But I think movies are playing a little bit of a role in, I guess trying to play out how CIA would carry out an assassination if they had, it's just like, I guess watching too many Mission Impossible movies or something. But in this particular video, they're talking about this guy in the blue shirt right behind Charlie Kirk, and they're going to say that he's shooting right under his arm.
The assassin was the driver in the car in which he was riding in Dallas on that day, and it was plainly visible in a film withheld from the public. Now, you brought that film with you.
Okay, so I'll pull this back a little bit. So the theory is that this guy in the blue, almost like jean-like shirt, he has some type of gun under his armpit here, and he's possibly shooting Charlie Kirk because the alleged, point of entry for the bullet was somewhere in the neck. Now, it doesn't appear that there's any rear entry point of the bullet anywhere. There's no blood splatter. Like I said before, there was no real blood trail whenever they were carrying him out of the area. But as you can see, well, we're analyzing two videos at the same time, the JFK video and also the Charlie Kirk assassination.
Let's take a look at that if we can. Here's the film. Go ahead and narrate this for us, will you? Well, it took me 16...
Okay, so with the Charlie Kirk video down here, you see that little white thing under his arm? Some people say it's a cell phone, other people say it's a gun. And it was sitting right under his armpit, and he shot. It took the guy a little bit of time to react to what everybody else was reacting to, so that's another reason why people think that he was the shooter. He also kind of backed up kind of weird, almost like he was trained or something. But yeah. Let's go back to right here, and then we're also going to analyze the JFK driver turning it around in his seat.
Narrate this for us, will you? Well, it took me 16 years to find this film because it has really been withheld. And what you're seeing here is the motorcade on Elm Street passing in front of the book depository building. Kennedy has been shot in the throat, and Jacqueline is pulling him toward her, trying to comfort him, and she's in shock. At this time, you see the driver turn around with a pistol in his left hand.
Okay, so right there, you can see the driver start to turn his gun around. You can actually see the nose of the gun right across his face.
Right shoulder.
You can see it clear as day right there. He's aiming right at him.
And shoots the president directly in the head. Here's a repeat of it, yeah. The weapon, watch the driver, his name is William Greer. He was, in fact, a secret...
I gotta sneeze. Excuse me. Ugh. Bad timing for that. But, yeah. As you can see, she is panicking for her life at that point after he is shot. I'm gonna watch that one more time with JFK. Alright, he's turning his gun around. You can see very slowly turning around with his gun. And boom. There's also a theory that someone might have been holding a gas-powered pistol with some type of poison in it with JFK. There's this, I guess it's not even a theory, I think it's actually fact now, that they replaced his brain with someone else's brain because they didn't want the poison in his brain to be found. Because if for whatever reason they did not kill him, they wanted the poison to kill him. But I actually think they say that in this video, so I'm going to start the whole video over and I'm going to shut up.
The assassin was the driver in the car in which he was riding in Dallas on that day, and it was plainly visible in a film withheld from the public. Now, you brought that film with you. Let's take a look at that if we can. Here's the film. Go ahead and narrate this for us, will you? Well, it took me 16 years to find this film because it has really been withheld, and what you're seeing here is the motorcade on Elm Street passing in front of the book depository building. Kennedy has been shot in the throat, and Jacqueline is pulling him toward her, trying to comfort him, and she's in shock. At this time, you see the driver turn around with a pistol in his left hand, firing over his right shoulder, and shoots the president directly in the head. Here's a repeat of it, yeah. The weapon, watch the driver, his name is William Greer. He was, in fact, a Secret Service agent. The weapon is an electrically operated, gas-powered assassination pistol built especially for the Central Intelligence Agency.
You don't see any puff of smoke from...
That's correct. Because
what you think is a pistol there in the right-hand corner, lower right-hand corner.
That's correct. It is
Why is that?
Well, it's an air-operated pistol. It's pneumatic. And it actually fired an exploding pellet which injected shellfish toxin into the president's brain so that if the actual explosion of the pellet itself did not kill him, the toxin would.
Now, did you read all of this in the documents?
Yes, and that's why his brain was switched for another brain in transit between Parkland hospital
I
in
couldn't
Dallas.
remember if it was this
and
video or
Bethesda
not.
Naval Hospital.
That they explained all that. The Kirk conspiracies are endless. The sacrifice of Charlie Kirk is a coded ritual. This is from the interesting French guy. I might just turn off his... Yeah, I'm going to turn off his voice and I'm just going to read... Is that a mosquito? Gotcha, bitch. Kill me a mosquito, y'all. Alright, yeah, I'm just gonna read this without the sound. The sacrifice of Charlie Kirk is a coded ritual after a blood moon. And on the eve of 9/11, which is 33 days before his birthday. 33 is their Masonic signature. That's why the manhunt lasted 33 hours. It only took 33 hours. Also, we also had the New York shooter who killed himself on the 33rd floor after firing 47 rounds. 47 is the angle of the Masonic compass. Here, 33 for his initials, Charlie Kirk. 47 on the caps. The fake Trump shooting was 3 months, 3 weeks, and 3 days before his election. So a pro-Trump, pro-Israel guy with a MAGA cap is not spontaneous at all. They sacrifice his role, not his body. Netanyahu honors him. Trump posts a hug with an Israeli flag the same day a series on Hulu comes out with a politician shot in the throat. Copy paste. Ritual to amplify the global shift in consciousness. Free speech, symbolically executed. Looking closer. Please jump out. His t-shirt is puffed. In profile, you see his collar very open. Maybe in internal device. Remember we just got done talking about the blood splatter device. Coded gesture. Gestures. Coded gestures from the guards. And one of them seems to trigger a command. So actually, from this angle, that just looks like his hand. Is that just me? Frame by frame, you see the t-shirt, move before impact. Wait, before impact? Frame by frame, you see the t-shirt, move before impact. As if something exploded inside. Yeah, it's almost like the blood is like flowing through that tube that we were looking at earlier. Or at least the fake blood. Visual glitches, like the ring, switching fingers. Wait, what? Let's switch his fingers. I didn't switch fingers. Oh, it did. Okay. So are you telling me that this is AI? In any case, it's a psychological operation. Okie dokie. Well, you guys aren't well convinced at this point that it's not as what it appears to be, or it is not as what it appears to be, then I don't know. Maybe I didn't do my job well enough tonight, but I feel like I've seen enough that has convinced me to think that probably being lied to on a large scale of things at the moment. But anyways, I don't feel like covering this right now. I'm probably going to jump into the game before too long. I'll just go ahead and get it started in the background. I tried playing No Man's Sky the other night and it would not start up, and I tried playing it again tonight and it would not start up, so I don't know what to do really with that game. I guess I'm just going to delete it until it finally works again. Deleted. Alright, I'm gonna cover this guy real quick. This is another guy that had a gun, apparently. At least, allegedly. I'm starting to think the whole thing is fake now, like the whole video. Actually, I think it's probably good that I don't play the music for this one. I want the copyright. Kind of stupid. Isn't it you're running around with a gun like that?
and she had me read her story about love. She couldn't finish the story. I was thinking about Charlie's little girls, his wife. He was such a powerful human being, 31 years old, the things that he accomplished. It's like, you got some candles here, and I couldn't hold a candle to that at this moment. I was closer than any of the students, closer than maybe one security guard between him and I. And I heard the pop, and I knew immediately it was a gunshot. And as soon as I thought that was a gunshot, I saw Charlie's neck and the blood, and I just knew instantly that there was no chance, because I think it's confused by social media.
Alrighty, this message is...
So, just to add this real quick, Trump actually reposted this girl's video today. If anybody missed it.
For President Trump and his administration. If you stay to watch the video, please tag him down below, share, and repost so we can try to get this to him as quickly as possible and hope that he can do something with this. President Trump, as a supporter who voted for you 3 times, I am hoping and praying that you will revisit what Barack Obama and Joe Biden got rid of back in 2013, which is the Smith-Mundt Act, which held news corporations accountable for lying to the American people and spreading propaganda instead of truth. I think instead of bringing it back as a Smith-Mundt Act, you name it the Charlie Kirk Act, you make it a law, and you make it damn near impossible for these people to continue to lie to the American public, which has brought chaos, hatred, division, and anarchy all across this country. Fines out the ass, which will damn near bankrupt their company should they lie to the American people ever again. They can have their opinions, that's fine. They need to state that it is their opinion and that it is not a fact. Because of their constant lies, a man lost his life over it. Because of the constant hateful rhetoric of calling him a fascist and a Nazi and a white supremacist and a bigot, the same thing that they've called you, this man is dead. I think this would be a great legacy for him to have a law named after him to force journalists to finally start telling the truth and having the integrity that they have lacked for over a decade. I hope that this gets to you. I hope that you think about it and that you pass it into law. Because we are on a dangerous path right now with the constant lies and the propaganda, and that doesn't end just at news journalists. It needs to go to content creators who consistently spread lies and propaganda and half-truths across the internet. This needs to end, and people need to start being held accountable for baseless claims over absolute abysmal things. It needs to end.
I don't know, that's a bit of a slippery slope, because it could just turning to censoring opinions. I mean, that's why I do dress my opinions by saying they are opinions, but it could also be abused pretty easily. So, you don't want to slip backwards going uphill. Alright, anything else I felt like showing? I feel like I got the gist of everything that I wanted to show tonight. Oh yeah, there started to be some community notes about what was in his shirt, and eventually community notes started to say that it was a mic in his shirt. Oh yeah, this is the very odd video of his wife's close-up of very yellowed fingers, Charlie Kirk, which they don't look real at all to me, but I don't know. Can anybody even confirm if that's his hand or not?
God bless you.
It looks like a doll. And I know that the embalming process can sometimes discolor you, I guess, maybe, but I don't know. Don't they use makeup? She's also got some type of G ring, which I think their kid's name is Gigi, so it's nothing too crazy, but a lot of people are pointing the resemblance to the G on the Freemasons thing, which, after showing you the ritual video, probably makes things even worse. Oh yeah, now this particular bill was changed today. So anybody that's hearing about this story, just realize that the whole passport portion of it has been taken out. So I guess they are trying to, I don't know, I guess it seems like it's gone away at this point, but at the same time, I don't know, it seems like they can just reintroduce another bill anytime they want to. So. Alright, keep calm, it's all stage bullshit. And I said, my fave theory so far. That's about right. It's all a show, but Cash will be the next act in this tragic comedy farce. Enjoy the show from James Oder Grundiv Big, or I don't even know how to pronounce that.
Hello, I'm Ted Pike, and this is my wife, Alin. Today, a foreign government, Israel, operates the most powerful lobby in Congress. This is AIPAC, the American Israel Public Affairs Committee. Through control of Congress, Israel demands and gets nearly $5 billion annually. No elected official dares criticize Israel for fear the Jewish lobby will accuse him of anti-Semitism, the kiss of death for any politician. The president also knows what Israel wants, Israel gets. To act otherwise is political suicide. The mass media, founded and controlled primarily by Jews, manipulates the spigot of information out of which Heartland America drinks. The message of this contaminated source is, if you criticize Israel, you are anti-Semitic. Be safe. Keep your head down, or you are fair game for being knocked off by the Zionist shooting gallery.
As a result, our president and elected officials are slaves to political correctness when it comes to Jews and Israel. They cannot seriously criticize Israel, especially as the source of Mideast strife and terrorism. They cannot suggest an end of aid to Israel. They cannot even protest Zionist control of Congress.
решение о национализации этой библиотеки было принято советским правительством, первым советским правительством, и членами его являлись примерно на 80-85% евреев. Но они же, руководствуясь ложными идеологическими соображениями, шли тогда на аресты и репрессии и иудеев, и православных, и представителей других конфессий, мусульман. Они всех гребли под одну гребенку. И вот эти идеологические шоры и ложные идеологические установки, они, слава Богу, рухнули. И мы действительно сегодня передаем, по сути, передаем еврейской общине эти книги с улыбкой.
Путин несколько месяцев назад и предложил перенести библиотеку в еврейский.
Oh yeah, this is the cell phone pistol. I mean, I don't know if it's real. Well, I mean, I know it's a real concept, but I don't know if that dude was actually using that thing or not. U.S. will have access to Western Australia nuclear submarine shipyard, minister says. Trump says that people on the left are already under investigation. Got Brianna Morello on American Journal now. And Harrison Smith is on the War Room now, replacing Owen Schroyer after he abruptly quit on the team. So much stuff. Alright, I'm just gonna jump in the game. There's so much stuff to get to, so... Alright, hopefully this goes full screen for me.
happened. That's messed up. You're telling me. Sorry, but you're running solo on this one. Good luck. I just got off the phone with Oscar. You made him very sad. And now I get to do the same to you. If you need any pointers, don't be afraid to ask.
I was winning. Then that cop showed up.
I just got off the phone with Oscar. You made him very sad. And now I get to do the
doing?
I just got off the phone with Oscar. You made him very sad. And now I get to do the same to you. If you need any pointers, don't be afraid to ask. Me being back here, all part of the plan.
There we go. Much better that time.
Coming out of your tailpipe. Major luck, good night. Swap and I take the lead for a while. I've got you now. Why are these guys gonna let us break their feet?
Re-engaging the suspect. We're back in pursuit.
Picked up the chase from before. Now let's end it the correct way. Looks like it's just us again.
Oh, she's way behind. Good.
I'm just gonna pretend this isn't happening. Already?
I got a good view of the driver.
Much better.
Okay, you on. But last time I checked, it wasn't just me you had to meet.
They like it rough. Crew's gotta step up to keep up with us. Tell them to get going. Call them a P1 patrol. Long side of the car. Caught it west.
I escaped? I thought he was right behind me.
Two down. How many to go?
Just one more. Her name's Jordan. She's good.
How about you ride along?
Sure can't have you missing out on the victory. You're
by and get looking.
Shit. These cops will go away.
Screw it, let them go. Don't be surprised if you see that on your social media feed in 1 hour.
Copy control. Source reporting this morning.
Just for you.
Damn. Oh yeah. Took long enough. Why am I getting all these all of a sudden? Hell yeah. I want to play with that one right there. Give me that one. Nice. Oh, I get it. How do I get any of those cars, man? Level am I? 13. Still gotta get to level 14 before I get this one? Alright, that's the goal tonight. We're getting to level 14 now. I don't know how to like access those cars I just unlocked though. This game's like really weird, like how everything's set up. Best stuff for all this leveling crap. It holds me back so much. horrible. Catching up on me. Ooh, that was close. Bitch, get on my right. I was like, what am I like running up against? I had no idea he was even there. No. Followed me to that. I refuse to go out.
You're about to get ran hard. That's gonna leave a mark. I'm doing okay. The others are lagging behind. Do something about it, control.
We can't send any more units.
Last chance. Pull over now.
Singers are being set up ahead. They're working.
Sure they don't have an opening. Damn it! Couldn't take him.
Take a licking and keep on digging.
Almost got away.
I can't see the suspect.
Hell yeah! About time, man.
Spread out the
Took forever.
I can't have gotten far. Get back to control.
You're still looking for me.
All actually tried.
There we go. Aww. I should have went back to base first. Damn. I didn't think. Well, I actually did kind of wonder that before I started the race. I was like, I look kind of beat up. I was like, should I be getting to this race right now? Alright. Enough of the show. Well, show me where they're at. Oh, I have to go to the dealership for it. Oh, okay. Nobody told me. Just kind of figured it out just now. I didn't mean to go to the daytime. These are a little bit harder. need to switch over to nighttime. How do I do that?
Found your way back here, huh?
Can't stay away.
Oh wait, I already finished that mission. Or race. Valkyrie, that sounds fun. Unlock this too on the way. Why did it take me back? Whatever. A little too fast. Am I level 14 yet?
The hunt is on. Go get him.
Jeez. Not too fast. Actually kind of helped. Why does this seem like a different direction? Oh yeah, it should be just a straight line. Another race. Bitch, you hit me. I'm calling the cops. That'd be kind of funny.
Chasing our tails here. Pursuit's over.
Copy control. Shutting down pursuit of subject vehicle.
One second. I need to restart this. Not available in Chase. I didn't realize how far I went off course. I'm not in the Chase anymore. Restart, damn it. shit.
I won't pass up another chance to stop this one. Control, I'm in pursuit again.
Johnson, the attention you're giving him. Come on, move it, everyone. I want him caught this time.
Dude, what the fuck? That's the second time I did that. What the hell? Like, both times I was trying to drift and it wouldn't let me do it.
Send some backup. We need to maintain a strong presence.
Like, I pressed it like multiple times too.
Wanted reinforcements? You got him.
I don't know if I was in the air or what, but...
We just traded some serious paint.
Bitch, you gotta get out of here. Run into the wall. Bitch, get out of here.
Glad I'm not paying for these repairs.
Go some of the other guys. Go away. There we go.
Hey, can you guys cover my spot for a little while? Gotta collect some juice around here.
Already catching up. Get away. Fuck.
This is my road now.
I don't know how I hit his side and like he was getting in front of me like that. I'm already catching up to these guys. Looks like it. Alright.
Reinforcements are headed your way.
Oh, fuck, I missed it. Damn it. Dude. Out of the fucking way. Wait, did I have to get up? I don't know. I thought I missed the checkpoint. I need to restart this race, but it won't let me. Get out of here. I can just like start driving away from the race and just like get away from these guys.
Gotta push him off the road somehow.
I don't know why that frickin' turn messed me up both times that I restarted the race. Because it wouldn't drift. And we're drifting, good, good, good. Already catching up to the 5th place driver, good, good, good.
Get the others over here ASAP. We're running thin.
Nobody else available right
I don't know if I can catch up with the other guys though. I'm pretty far behind.
I can't catch the suspect. The car's way faster than mine.
I'm gonna start this race. Let me redo it. Stop chasing me, you stupid motherfuckers. Restart the stupid ass race. Get away. Shit. Damn it, I can go through every other fucking wall.
Copy. Keep trying.
Why does he turn around so quick? Oh man, that's some cheating bullshit.
I'm gonna pummel this
Do not turn around that quick. How are they on me already? Like, that makes no sense whatsoever. I wish it was just a race and I didn't have to deal with this shit.
Yeah, no wonder I can't catch him when the car's in red. Require I keep this patrol car factoring too.
I'm gonna go so fast that I outrun him again. It's usually how I outrun him. Get out of here. I'm in the air direction. Oh, I have one on me already. Oh shit. Damn, that did it. Hell yeah.
Get out there and find that damn.
I need to start looking for those more often. Little areas I can hop over. I'm at now. I went so far away from the damn race. Unless this is one of them. I guess it is. This is a sprint race. I don't want to do the circuit race. Circuit race, I go in freaking circles for too long. Hold up, I gotta go back to safe house. I don't know if fast travel. It doesn't make any sense. Go away! Oh my god! Dude, I literally just like fucking... That is unreal. Like, this is why I was trying to fast travel, so I didn't have to fucking deal with this shit. Dude. Car needs repairs at this point. I'm gonna do the same place again, watch. They're going to water? Whatever, dude! Bullshit! That we all fell in the fucking water! Everybody fucking saw that shit! That's some bullshit. I would've got out. Oh, level 14 now? Why didn't anybody tell me?
Ouch! That car took one hell of a beating.
I think I can switch cars now. Hell yeah. I don't think it's better. Hold up, go back. I gotta put stuff on it first. Alright. 248 now. I don't like the paint job, but I don't know how to change it. Seems thicker. Looks like she's gonna have a fat ass. Never did that circuit race, did I? Or sprint race, that's what I meant. Yeah. I don't like the way it shifts already. Is this supposed to be better than the last car? I don't know about that. I don't know. I already missed my Evo. It's kind of fat, man. It's kind of fat. I don't know if I like this ride. The boost is better. Nice. I like that. Glad I got those brakes now. Turn to look. I hate that crackling noise. too slow. Can't even catch up to the freaking first car. Whoa! How's this an upgrade? I'll have to go back to buying the car. Not okay. Can't even catch up to him, dude. I gotta switch out to the Evo for this one. Why the fuck will the next car up be worse than the last car? Oh wait, I just got caught up to him. I just hate how like the frickin' first and second computer player always use their frickin' boost at the same time that I do. Really cheap. Get out of the way, dipshit. God, out of the way. He's really fighting for it. Idiot. Hugging me. Block me. Let them know I ain't about that life. I'm an ass kisser. I ain't a bumper humper. Actually, that should be my frickin' bumper sticker, damn it. No bumper humpers, back up. Yeah, first place, baby. Hell yeah. Why did I ever doubt you? We're kinda slow. It does make me kinda concerned for future races. We're gonna do this anyways, because that was kind of a short race. Yeah, crackling. Probably kill first, or like at least go back to the base or whatever. Where are you? Thank
you. 3 for 3. You're moving up.
I'll wreck my car again and have to freaking go back. Got arrested, wrecked my car tonight. Level 15, hell yeah. Did we get another car? Might have just got another car. I need to go to these dealerships and see what these cars are about. Like other cars. Level 18. I'll have to do that another night. Where did the other car that I had go? Radar disruptor. Why anybody tell me about this? Oh, well, I want that for sure. Nitrous jump. Refills from taking jumps. Refill from drifting. Refill from hitting cops. Near misses. Dude, that's like Burnout, man. Drafting. No, I want drifting. Where do I get a radar disruptor at? I want one of those in real life. I'm joking, for legal reasons. to hump them. Glad the trains on this shit. Mercedes. Paying attention for a second. Alright, one more, and then I'll be done for the night. see that car.
Calling off the pursuit. Driver gave us the slip. Copy, control.
Where'd this one come from? Popped up right next to me. That's because it's right here. Golden arrow. 1 mile.
All available units, back out there.
it! You're fucking everything up!
Everyone, the coffee break is over. Our previous runner is back for more.
They're not even near me.
Okay.
What the fuck?
Driver's gotta be nearby and get looking.
What the hell, y'all? That's some glitched up bullshit. Oh, it still counted it as complete? I wanted to get first place. Oh well, I'm done for tonight, y'all. I appreciate you all for stopping by. If you like the video, go ahead and like. If you're new to the channel, please follow. And if we're lucky, I'll be on sometime tomorrow. Y'all have a good night.